Hi, I'm Tiffany Mauldin, and I'm here today with Anna Green.
We're here to recap some of the key learnings from our annual Women in Tax event recently held in Nashville, Tennessee.
These last 2 days have been full of great networking opportunities and the sharing of information.
And Tiffany, a whole lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
Maybe before we dive into highlights and key takeaways, let's talk a little bit about what is Women in Tax and why we decided to create this space.
Yeah, Anna, today more and more women are in senior management positions, and we want to foster a community for female tax executives as they lead their organizations through an incredibly dynamic and complex chapter in the business lifecycle.
Yeah, and unlike traditional tax conferences, Women in Tax focuses not only on technical insights and the latest updates on current issues that we're all facing as tax leaders, but it also provides the time and space to reflect on how leadership, mentorship, sponsorship, and how we really build a brand and legacy within our organizations.
It was really exciting to kick our session off with Trailblazer Stephanie Chung, the former Chief Growth Officer of Wheels Up. And she kicked us off with an inspiring discussion on trust and communication, which then set the stage for the rest of our exceptional presenters.
Yeah, we really enjoyed a lot of great content, Tiffany. We even ended with a fantastic session from Michelle Ann Johnson on authentic leadership. And we can't forget, we had a Grammy Award-winning national songwriter who helped us explore our creative sides in writing our own song. So maybe for those who weren't able to join, a few highlights. So some big highlights and takeaways for me were leaning into your power. No one gives it. No one can take it away. It's really yours and yours alone to manage. We learned, of course, as we just talked about being creative, which pushes a lot of us outside our comfort zones, but we did songwriting and we did some hat making. We learned about building high-performing teams and tax being a strategic advisor to our businesses. We are really doing a lot with increasing priorities and limited resources. But the good news is tax can be a connector, and we can help create the table and bring the enterprise to it to share the insights that we have.
Anna, those are great highlights. And from those, I have some takeaways that I'm taking back to my teams and my clients. And those included, we have to build trust in our teams. We have to connect with everyone and invest the time. And we really need to remember that the people that we're interacting with and teaming with, they're real individuals with personal lives, which affects how they show up at work each and every day. And as a leader, it's really important to be authentic and encourage our teams to be themselves. Bring my full self to the team and ask that my team does the same. And finally, really focus on helping key individuals solve the critical problem at hand. Take the time to understand the mission and the goals, define success, and establish the trust.
Yeah, those are great takeaways, Tiffany. But maybe based on the highlights and takeaways that we shared, like what are some actions that you think companies could take away?
No, absolutely. And I know I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Building trust is a critical component to success. We have to be examples to our teams, our peers, and our stakeholders of what is trusted leadership. And for our tax leaders, really lean into the power that tax can bring to the organization. Continue to think about the value beyond the reporting and the compliance. How can we enable the business to achieve success?
Yeah, Tiffany. Yeah, I mean, you hit the nail right on the head. And I think, tax is the great connector, as we said earlier as well. We live in the past, we live in the present, and we live in the future. And the power of that information to any organization is extensive. So the ability to connect and bring the business together is a hugely powerful asset for us to be able to use.
No, absolutely. And coming away from this year's conference, I'm once again inspired by all the leaders in attendance. The stories they share, the questions they ask, the coaching they provide always gives me new insight into how to be a creative, confident, and courageous leader.
We really hope to see you all next year at Women in Tax.